10 minutes.
Thank you.
All right, let's kick things off. It's Mental Health Monday. Welcome back one of our favorite monthly guests to talk about Labyrinths. No, not the movie, real Labyrinths here in the city of Houston. Sarah Gish, artist and creator of Ignite Your Life, and our Mental Health Monday guest. And I might add, you were in the art car parade this past weekend, weren't you?
I was. Oh my gosh. And I realized I've been doing the art car parade, making art cars since 2004. And I had a dark period where I didn't have an art car. But when we did the parade on Saturday, I don't know why this didn't hit me before, but it hit me that it was such theater. It's theater. And I guess it hit me because the person in front of me that was supposed to be in front of me was actually behind me. That was part of my entourage. And it's a beautiful event. And it's Houston's largest outdoor free event. And my new car, Iggy the Igniter, debuted this year. So that was very, very exciting for her and for me.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw some pictures posted on Facebook, and we'll have some information on your social media after in our post for this show, so people can follow you. Let's talk about the Labyrinths and the history of that. Tell us, because you do this on a regular basis, and is it a meditation exercise?
Yes. And I want to make one thing. I'm glad you mentioned the David Bowie movie Labyrinth, because that is what a lot of people kind of step into when you talk about Labyrinth. And there was no labyrinth in that movie because I've actually watched it. And labyrinths are different from mazes. Labyrinths are unicursal. So there's one path in, one path out. And I do have a handheld labyrinth. This is a medieval labyrinth, which was built in the type of labyrinth built in the 14th century. Labyrinths were first discovered on the island of Crete about 4,000 years ago. And then they became very popular when churches were asking their members to go on pilgrimages. And the members said, dude, I don't have enough money. I always say it that way. I don't think that's how they really said it. So the churches started building labyrinths within the church grounds, so that would count as their spiritual pilgrimage. And so that's why you'll see a lot of labyrinths at churches. And since then, they've become much more popular everywhere in different locations, hospitals, schools, all kinds of places. And that is because two women, Jean Houston and Lauren Artris, basically brought labyrinths to the United States. So you can read all about that online. It's a longer history, but they're here now, and they've been here for since the 80s and before.
Where do you go on these meditative walks where you can go through the labyrinths? I know you're mentioning there's a number of them around Houston. Are there particular ones where you host people?
There are. And I should say, too, that labyrinths are walking meditations, or, as I said, the handheld, it can be a finger walking labyrinth meditation. And I love them because you do meditate and walk, which keeps your mind kind of centered and connected. And there's about 25 labyrinths in Houston, which surprises people. We always do things big in Houston, and we've got a lot of labyrinths. I love the labyrinth at University of St. Thomas. There's one at the Sylvan Rodriguez Park that I love. Unity Bay Area, Houston has a beautiful labyrinth. And these are big labyrinths. And that's why I like them, just because, there's plenty of room for groups to walk. I do host monthly labyrinth walks on the first Tuesday of every month. So the next one is going to be Tuesday, May 4th. And that is a great opportunity if you're new to labyrinths to come and join me. It's a love donation, no money. You can't do that. And I have handouts on labyrinths. I mean, I'm a teacher, so I just want to teach everybody about labyrinths. And what I say during that walk and what I say in general is that, it's what you want to do. It's what you want to bring to it. There's no right or wrong way to walk a labyrinth. But there are suggestions. I mean, I'm a certified labyrinth facilitator, and I know, there's like I said, it's unicursal. So there is a way in, which is the path here. It's best not to start anywhere. But I've seen children skip and hop around labyrinths and get a lot out of it too. And they don't follow the rules, So
do they, are there different types of labyrinths, or are they all one particular design?
There are many types of labyrinths. The two main types are the one I just showed you, and then this is kind of the brain-looking labyrinth. And again, it has a starting point right there. This is a classical labyrinth. So the two main ones are classical and medieval. The The classical one is what they found on the island of Crete. So that's the oldest. And since then, I can name all kinds. There's a heart labyrinth, a triangle labyrinth, labyrinth chairs, actually, which I don't think people walk even with their fingers. But the heart labyrinths, a friend of mine in Australia makes those, and they actually he's done them for weddings where, people go in separately and then they come in together. The Nelson Atkins Museum has a glass triangular labyrinth, which I have walked. And it is the craziest thing because it's see-through. I mean, it's glass, but I got this anxiety of like, how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
I do this unicursal. But labyrinths, speaking of that, I mean, they're a metaphor for life. So, as you walk the labyrinth, it's interesting to say, why does that leaf bother me? Why does that dirt bother me? Why does that person, walking close to me? Why do I enjoy that? I mean, it's a metaphor for what's going on in your life. And it's interesting to observe that.
You talk about the one on Crete, and was that the one that was, going back, looking at mythology with the Minotaur, and was there an underground labyrinth that involved as well?
Not that I know of, but yes, the Minotaur story is definitely connected, and Ariadne's thread is what helped Theseus get out when he was stuck with the Minotaur. And so, yes, that's a whole mythological story, and it's again follow the thread, same thing. Unicursal. And that's what I really want to emphasize. And labyrinths are different from mazes too. People tend to confuse them sometimes. And mazes are frustrating. If you think of the maze, a cornrow maze or whatever, and you go to places where you're dead ends and that kind of thing. And that to me is not relaxing. So.
Well, that seems like it would be very frustrating, with the maze. And I guess people would confuse the labyrinth, but the labyrinth is meant to meditate. The maze, I guess, is meant to mess with you, I guess. In other words.
Right. And also labyrinths, the classical ones, have these 6 rosettes, is what they call them. I mean, there's all these different, numerological things that you can do with labyrinths. But in the center, and I have a mantra, release, receive, rejoice. So as you're going in, release. As you're in the center, receive. As you're exiting, rejoice. The 6 rosettes that are there, you can meditate on different things, 6 different things. So, there's always all kinds of ways to use them for your own mental health. And that's why I wanted to mention it today, because, meditation is important for mental health, but this is a different kind of meditation. It's fun.
Once again, you lead the Labyrinths walks, and you do this on a monthly basis. Where can people get a hold of you? Because we're going to put your information on our social media as well.
Yeah. Well, they can subscribe to my blog, which you can find at gishpicks.com, and it leads you to a Facebook page, but it has a subscription button there. And also, so I'll add you to my mailing list, which has all kinds of things. And if you just go to gishcreative.com, you can also see that as well. And also it's the first Saturday of May every year annually is World Labyrinth Day. So I just wanted to mention that, which is Saturday, May 6th. There are not any events, but the Labyrinth Society hosts that. There are 2 main organizations. I'll mention that really quickly: Labyrinth Society and the Veriditas. And if you're looking for a labyrinth, go to labyrinthlocator.com, because me, I'm an infopreneur, and I love to get resource and information out there. So.
Well, Sarah, we appreciate you being here. Sarah Gish, she's the creator of Ignite Your Life program and Labyrinth Leader. You can join her. We're going to have all the information in our social media post after the show. Always great to see you, Sarah. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next month.
Yeah, see you. And I'll see you May 4th, hopefully.
That sounds good.
The Labyrinth.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. It is a Monday.